Greeting, this is Mark Brown. We're going to create a simple database, right? And if you notice right here, this itself is a database. So I'm going to right click on it, I'm going to open it. Alright, there you go. And then we're going to create. You notice this here is blank, so we're going to create a table. So by clicking on create right here. Then we're going to click on table design here. You notice it's a field name, data types, and description. So I'm going to put in an ID here. I'm going to put in an ID right here. Alright, so this itself is the design. Right, so you can actually click over there. Right, so that is it. So while you click the ID, here you can click down here and you're going to put last name, first name, first name right here, and then over here you want to put flat text, and when you want to change it, the fee size, you want to put the fee size to 15 here. We're going to say last name right here, last name right here. We're going to change the fee size on here. We're going to put that at 15, just like that. I want to put the address just like that. So we're going to change this here to about 15. Alright, so we're going to click right here. We're going to put state. Alright, so while you put state right there, we're going to click over here, show text. Alright, and then we're going to change the number here to 12. Alright, that's very important here. So what you wanted to do, we want to put in the primary key. By clicking that, we're going to go design, and then we're going to click here on the primary key. Right, so we'll click on the primary key. Right, so after click on the primary key now, here. So what we wanted to do now, we want to actually save the table. So we're going to come right over here. I'm going to click and save. Notice right over here, tell us to put in the table name, right? So I'm going to put student, right? And then I'm going to click OK. Right, you notice primary key did not go inside here, right? So although a primary key does not require it, I recommend it. Why? Because in case if you're going to put another table, so I press yes, and also press yes, it actually put in a primary key for me, as long as I have the auto number. So I want to come right here, I'm going to close the table. Notice right here, so if I double click here on the table, there you go. Right, and I can come right here and I can close it. I can double click again on it. Right, now I'm going to put in some data here. Right, so while I'm going to put in the data, right, so let me put in it here. So I'm going to put in the name right here. So if you understand here, so that's his first name. So we're going to put in the last name here. So we're going to put our transfer right here. So we're going to put an address right here. So while I put the address here, we're going to put the state in which you live in. So like the New Jersey. Alright, so we're going to go down this and we're going to put another state again. We're going to say New York this time. And let me move the 8 and put it in. Right, so we're going to put the address again. Right here. And then you're going to come across, you're going to put the name now. Right here. While I put the name here, first name here, let me kind of backspace it a little. Alright. Then we go over here now, we're going to put the first name here. So while I put the first name there, we're going to put ID right here. Very important. Just the same. If we're going to go down, we're going to put another ID. We're going to put another name. right here. So this is the first name. We're going to put the last name, and then we're going to come down here. We're going to put the address here. So we're going to put the address there, right here. Then what we want to do now is to put in the state right there. So we're going to put in Boston right here. I want to do all of that. So save it. When I save it, you come right here and close the table. Right? You notice if you want to see what in the table again, you can actually click like that. So for instance, say you want to run a query at the whole entire table, you're going to click on create. When you click on create, you notice there's a query wizard and query design. You click on query design. Notice you bring up this particular table, is where you're going to actually put the information in. When you come right over here, this is the table. So you double click on it, you notice you bring it up here. If you notice, you can actually move up and down, right? You can double click like that and notice information come, or you can drag it and put in there, right? So what I want now, I want the first name here, and I want the state and the state, right? So if I want the first name and I want the state, right? So if I click right here, I can put here New Jersey, and then I press enter, right? So when I press New Jersey now, I'm going to click up here, so design, and then we're going to run it. When you click on run, you notice it shows exactly who in New Jersey, which is Milton. So very important. What if I want information? When I click it, you notice that if you want to save, say no. What if I want all information in the table? You can click right here, and then you click on query design. You click like that. So what I wanted to do now, you can actually double click like that. Double click and put in all of the information there, and then put in that. Then you click here on design, and then you run, and notice everything come. Right? But you don't want everybody information come up. So for instance, you ask to show which state Milton live in, right? What would you do? Right? What you can do is come right here, click create, you can create design, so you can actually click right here. So what you want now, you want the last name, right? And then you want the state. So right here, you want to know exactly who you have live in Boston, right? So what I wanted to do, and then you press the enter key, then come up here and click design, then click and run. You notice last name White is in Boston. So you have to be specific, right? So for instance, you want to run a full query after one individual. So what you can do is click on query design here, click like that. So you say you want the ID, you want the first name, you want the last name, you want the address there. Right, let me move one of these address here. Very good. And then you're going to come down here, we're going to put state. So you have all of these now, right? So what you wanted to do to identify that particular person, right? You're going to click right in the criteria line, right? And when you click in the criteria line, what you wanted to do is to put the state, right? So if I put Boston there, no, we're going to put New Jersey, and then press enter. Right now, I put New Jersey. Now I'm going to click design. Right, if I click and run, you notice it give me the ID, everything here about the person who live in the state of New York. You give me the ID number, give me first name and last name, the address, and also give me the state. Alright, so very important. Alright, and each time I click it, you notice it asks if I want to save it, and I say no, why? Because of query. So I want to create a form. So if I click right here, I want a form to create. So here I'm going to click here some form design. Right, so now I click on form design, or this show me the task I've created one. Right, so I'll click again. Right, and if you notice, this shows is a blank form. I'm going to click on this earlier form, and if you notice right here, all the show me right here, the form right here, the first name. So what if I want to go to the next person? You can come all the way down here. You can actually click. You notice, you can do the opposite. Notice, opposite here to 2. Notice you go to number 2 person. Notice here, go to number 3 person here. Right, so very important. That's how you can actually do that. And if you come right here and try to close it, going to ask you, do you want to save this change? Right, and then I'm gonna say yes. No, so I'm gonna say student form, and I save it. As soon as I click it, you notice it's actually show up over here. Right, so therefore, person can come and click and see exactly what in the form. Right, so very important here. And in this form, I can actually do some actually pretty stuff in it, right? So you can close it. So the next thing you want to do is to create a report of this particular form. So click here. So you want to create a report. So if you notice right here, a report wizard, you have report here, and you have the blank. So I'm going to click on this one, right? If you notice report, but this is where you actually print. But if you print this, after it's going to cut off, right? So in order for you to bring it in, you're going to click inside here, put your cursor right here, along the left side of the mouse, that touchpad, and drag it in somewhere like that. Alright, so when you draw it in, it can actually print. Alright, so let me draw in that some more here. Understand? Let me go back on that one. There was a mistake. Let me go. Click on that. I'm gonna click on report. Alright, there you go. I'm gonna click right here. I'm gonna draw it in like that. I'm gonna click here again. I'm going to put the cursor right here. To arrow. I draw it in like that. I'm gonna click right here. You're going to draw it in like that. So click this one. You're going to draw it in like that. Click this one here. You're going to draw it in like that. So if you print this particular here, everything will print because everything is in the printing range. But how do you know when you create it? If you notice right here, it show you when you create it, time and everything. Right? And if you come right here, so you can either click right here, so or here. So I'm going to click here, and then right away it asks me, do you want to save it? And I say yes. So it says, right, so I'm going to move form right here and put student report instead. Yes. And then I'm going to press OK. And that's it. If you notice, to the form and student report, very important. So when you close the database and maybe the boss come or maybe teacher come to look, over here is where they're going to look. Right, so then click and see exactly what in the main table. And then you're going to click and see what in the form. I can click and see what in the report. Right, so very important here. So if you want to close the all of these, you can click right here and close the X, this and close X, just like that. So if you have learned something from this particular video, remember to share.